Hello and welcome to my channel, and just like the title below says, this is my review of the latest Still Star-Crossed episode.
But soft! What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Rosaline is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief. That thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. Oh, it is my lady. Oh, it is my love.
Okay, what have I been saying since episode 1? What have I been saying since episode 1? That this, if anybody is accused, just accused, you're automatically gonna die. And what happens? What happens? Benny Bay is in trouble because he got accused for doing something that he did not do. And I will admit, it don't look good at all. But oh my gosh, I have been saying this. I was right about two things on this episode. The first was, this whole rule was gonna come back and bite somebody in the ass. And number two, Olivia, much as I love her, much as I think she is cute, sweet, and innocent, and I see a little bit of myself in her, she couldn't keep a secret. She couldn't keep a secret. But anyway, we'll get to each of those parts eventually. I'm just gonna try and go in order. Okay, so the episode, staying true to their plan, Benvolio, aka Betty Bay, and Rosaline, and together they make Ronvolio. Still shipping that. They're gonna try and figure out what's going on. So Benvolio, he comes along to the house Capulet to call upon Rosaline to go out on a date so that they can go and find out, the information that they need to find out who this common enemy is, so that it can unite all of Verona against the common enemy, so there's no need for the marriage. And Lord Capulet, at first, he's hesitant to agree to this outing, but Benvolio, he eventually convinces him. So then he takes Rosaline, and then he's saying hey, I may have gotten the lead. I'm gonna go follow up on this lead. You stay here. And she's like, why? And I happen to agree. Why in the world would you go to the trouble of, getting Rosaline only to have her wait outside while you go follow up on the lead? No, you should have gone, followed up on the lead yourself, and then shared it with Rosaline after. But since you brought her out, of course she's gonna want to go and see for herself. She still don't trust you, dude. I mean, you've given Rosaline a bit of reason to trust you, but she don't trust you fully because, Montague and Capulet still ain't friends. So anyway, they go follow up on the lead, which is at a brothel, and that's funny because Rosaline, she's this woman of high birth who was going to be a nun, so to see her at this brothel, that was just a little funny to me. But anyway, we'll get back to them later. Cut to Prince and his sister Princess Isabella. They have to deal with the aftermath of the ambassador of Venice dying, and dealing with that politically with the new ambassador, who apparently was a friend to Prince Aeschylus while he was away. And Princess Isabella, she tries to slide in there and try and smooth things over, but she's blocked by her brother. And he later confirms something else that I said not last episode, but maybe the episode before that while he was away, since nobody else was around, their father kind of made Isabella the heir in practice. She had free reign. She could do a lot of stuff, which is why she feels so comfortable, or she tries to do a couple of things. And it really is to just help her brother out. So I don't know why he's constantly blocking her and undermining her. I mean, I get it. He's the new prince in charge, and he has to lay it out. But at the same time, bro, there's nothing wrong with you asking for help. But anyway, Prince Aeschylus, he tries to do some things, but of course he screws it up and assaults the new ambassador, who's gonna go back to Venice and tell, the leader of Venice, which will make, tension between Verona and Venice even greater. Although I will say that I understand why Prince Aeschylus, punched him. Not saying it was right, but I get why he did it. You don't tell, somebody, especially somebody who's of noble birth, to whore out their sister. Like, that's just not done. Like, you had it coming, dude. It wasn't right, but you had it coming. But Princess Isabella, in order to, like, smooth things out, she convinces her brother to let her go to Venice. So I'm very excited about, about that part of the story unfolding. So yeah, that's basically what happens with the royal family. And then, speaking of family, Lady Montague, who is not the wife of Lord Montague, but in fact his sister, who was away in Scotland because she was married for the 3rd time. She comes, and I am loving her character. She's a treat. Can't wait to see what else happens with her. And then Lady Capulet, she's still depressed and obsessing over her daughter's death. And then we find out some things, like, remember how Count Paris, he survived that initial stabbing in the 1st episode, and, Lady Capulet was keeping him, there and in secret, and we're trying to figure out why. Now we know why. He and Lady Capulet are conspiring to, like, keep the fighting going, which brings me back to Benny Bay. So following up on this lead, they're attacked by another masked stranger, and that involves, like, a type of fight. And then, Benny Bay, he ends up fighting somebody else, and then he gets knocked out. And then, Count Paris, disguised as one of the hooded individuals, frames him for murder. And so that's what the problem was at that time. And, shit has hit the fan. He needs to leave, kind of like in the original play where shit hit the fan for Romeo and he needs to leave. But before Benvolio tries to run away, he, like, tries to go back and see the prostitute that he has feelings for, only for her to end up betraying him. She pulled a Shay from Game of Thrones, and my heart really, it really broke for Benny Bay, because he legitimately cared about this girl, and she ended up betraying him, and it was just so sad. But anyway, and then there's Rosaline, noble, honest, pure Rosaline, despite the fact that she has issues with the Montague family, and she, like, kind of takes it out on Benvolio. She stands, before Prince Escalus, and she says, like, hey, I was there, I saw the whole thing, he didn't do it. But Prince Escalus, apparently her word isn't good enough. And so what ends up happening is Lord Montague, he comes to, like, plead for his nephew's life, but the prince, again, he isn't hearing it. And so what ends up happening is, like, if we catch him and, and we execute him, then Rosaline will have to marry Lord Montague. And I'm just feeling bad for her. So, she goes home, she's about to go to sleep, and then knock, knock, knock. Somebody's at her window, so she goes out to the balcony, Juliet's balcony, the infamous balcony, and who is down there? Benny Bay! And he tells Rosaline, like, he's about to leave with the friar, the friar who helped Lord Montague, set all this up with this secret marriage, but it blew up in their face. He knows who's really behind it, and Benvolio's gonna go with the friar, and he asks Rosaline to come with him. And he's just like, I know you're a good, honest, and kind person, and you're really all I have left. And he just looks so sad. And my heart went out to him, and I'm just like, go with him, Rosaline. Go with him. Go and make Ronvolio happy. Go. Just do it. And you know what, Rosaline, she does do it. She does, like, agree to go with him, but before she leaves, she writes a quick little note, and, she leaves the note there, and then she, jumps down and she just goes with him. And Lady Capulet, who was on her way to Rosaline's room to confront her about some information about Juliet, she sees the note, but instead she keeps the note to herself, and then she screams saying, oh my god, Benvolio came and he kidnapped Rosaline. And I'm just like, you know what, screw you. Screw you, Lady Capulet. I felt sorry for you for a couple of episodes because, you were in mourning, your only child died, but you know what, forget that. And Count Paris, you ain't shit either. Talking about, oh, I can't wait to bed, Olivia, I love a challenge. She don't give it up, but you know what, she giving me these other secrets, da-da-da-da. I'm just like, screw you. Screw both of you guys. I'm done with you. I was rooting for, the Count Olivia shipping, but that's over and done with. Olivia deserves better than you, buddy. She deserves way better than you. And I don't even know why they're doing this. Can't wait to figure out why they're doing this. It's just, that was basically the episode in broad terms. And thank you for watching. But before you go, I just wanted to let you know that there are rumors that this show unfortunately may not get another season. Don't want that to happen. I really like this show. I'm really enjoying it, not just because it's part of Shondaland, but it's also, again, a colorblind casting, and it's like a sequel to one of the most infamous plays in the world. I really want this to continue. So there's a petition going around, a petition that I will put a link to, you know, below in the description box. If you could just like go check it out and please sign it, because I really want this show to stay alive. I really am enjoying it. That's actually why I'm reviewing it, and why I've been reviewing every episode and getting it out there as quickly as I possibly can. But again, thank you for watching, and bye.